We're not sponsored by HBO.
Hashtag Secession Season 4.
You didn't even say it right.
I'm drunk. They're going.
There they are.
They're going.
It just took a minute.
We got audio.
It just took a second.
Oh, no. You, it's your fault. You should turn up your speakers and check you know what? Do a power cycle and then go back. Then what you want to do, check your drivers.
And update to OBS 29.
Update to OBS 29. Go back. Spin around 3 times. Salt over left shoulder. And then check and make sure, because you don't have audio. Welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan.
How was your weekend, Saige?
Oh, it was very good.
Yeah?
It was pretty good.
Pretty good.
As you all know, the only answers I'm going to have to this for the next 3 years are building a studio. But it's good. We've got some flooring done.
Oh, you gotta have floors, otherwise you fall right through the earth.
Right. We've got walls done.
Gotta have walls, otherwise the zombies attack.
A lot of people ask us, hey, what's the new studio going to have? What I can tell you for certain is that it will have floors and it will have walls.
Now, Saige, did you order roof? See, that's why it's important to have a support system around you. We work in teams and groups, and that's how we know.
No, Anthony, it rained last night.
Oh.
Guys, I gotta go.
And scene.
But in actuality, I'm driving.
What are we doing
this morning?
What are we doing?
In all actuality, we actually did have an issue.
Go home,
that we've been
everybody.
fixing all week.
Yeah.
I had to have somebody tear out parts of the roof. And put it back in this week. So that too. They're fixing the rest of that today.
Did you know that in the real world and not in The Last of Us, if you breathe in spores that are all over a building, it just makes you sick?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. It just makes you sick. It's not healthy.
But because the studio is coming together so well, we decided to announce our first stream in the studio.
That's right. It was on all the Twitters.
It was on all the Twitters.
The little newsboys that run around saying extra, extra, and then show you their Twitter. They were like, read all about it.
And they said Saturday, February 4th from 11 a.m. to midnight. That's 13 hours.
That's a PixelCircus number of hours.
Yeah. Yeah. I said that I would never commit to another 12-hour stream. 1, I lied because I already have done it since. And 2, it doesn't count because it's 13 hours.
That's right. From now on, no less than 12 hours for any stream. So we'll be here with you until 9:30 p.m. tonight.
Anyways, Anthony, how was your weekend?
It was good. Not quite as eventful as yours. I breathed in way fewer spores, probably.
Nice.
Played some more Hi-Fi Rush.
Ooh.
I fucking love Hi-Fi Rush, y'all. I'm telling you, go get this game. I revised my statement.
Yeah?
It's not a lost Dreamcast game, Saige.
No?
It's a lost GameCube game.
Oh,
it's a GameCube game.
How dare you say that when I don't have time for games?
It's
fucked up.
It's so good. And you know what? You know what I love about it? They did it exactly the way they should have with a game like that. They didn't tell us anything about it. They put it together. They just put it out. Like there was no like hype machine, hype cycle. What are we expecting? What are we not expecting? They were like, here's a game.
Thank you.
Do you want it?
Yes.
It's pretty good.
I do.
And I think like all double A games especially should be like that. I understand that AAA games need like the big marketing campaigns to make back their money from crushing the souls of the people that made the games. But for a double A game, sneak it out there.
Yeah?
Just put it out and just be like, here's an amazing game we have for you. Maybe give it to the press a week beforehand and that's it.
And it's been getting excellent reviews. It's been getting great attention. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
A second ago here, there was a question. 54 Aquasnake said, question, will It's Too Early be done in the new studio? Yes, it will. We are in the process of building a fancy new It's Too Early set. Hey,
Who is? I didn't... Am I being replaced?
No,
By a roof?
No, Dagger's just been like hanging out and keeping me company while I set up.
I've been wondering where he went.
That's all.
That's that little ungrateful. Let me tell you something. I knew. He was like, oh, I just want to be a producer. I just want to facilitate. I knew he had stars in his eyes. I knew the whole time he was producing this show, he thought maybe one day I'll have a show that's watched by over 150 people. The fame of it got to him.
It did.
Wow. Betrayed by my own son. This is like Succession on HBO.
We're not sponsored by HBO.
Hashtag Succession Season 4.
You didn't even say it right.
I'm drunk.
Hashtag Secession Season 4. Hashtag I'm drunk.
Hashtag whoopies.
There's a lot of extra S's in that first one.
Secession.
So yes, It's Too Early will be done from the new studio. We will have a fancy new set. And you know what? I'll tell you a little thing. I don't know. Maybe
Be
we'll
careful.
have some stuff during the marathon stream.
Be careful. Kaylee is in the chat. I have seen her.
Hey everybody, it's a news show.
It's a news show. There's something. This is something that's not in the run of show, but I saw it over the weekend and I wanted to let you know about it because it's very important to Saige's, I think.
What?
The Dolphin emulator, the GameCube and Wii emulator, now runs natively on Xbox consoles and upscales games to 1440p.
You son of a bitch.
I know you don't really turn on your game consoles.
No, I play my Xbox all the time.
You play your Xbox all the time?
Yeah.
Really?
I have Game Pass.
That's true.
I just bounce back and forth between my PC. Here's the thing. You know
it took her a couple months to realize she had Game Pass, though.
Yes, it did. I knew I had it. I just didn't know how great it was.
Yeah. You just kept buying things on Steam, and I was like, you know you have that already.
Yeah. Disney Dreamlight Valley. I can go play it on my couch, and that's very nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
So something, y'all, a little inside baseball, a little behind the scenes here.
Oh.
Monday, our It's Too Early office hours. When we do after the show, we do some very important work for the next week.
Uh-huh.
I think our very important work today should be installing Dolphin on your Xbox.
Truly? Yeah. I'm leaving, but you? You have a great time.
Have I been booted out of office hours? Is Dagger going?
No, I'm leaving you in my house. But yeah,
What?
Dagger and I are going to go.
I've been booted out of office hours.
Oh, you're having office hours.
Where
Dagger and I just got...
You're going to a different office.
Okay. The news. In addition to Dolphin Emulator running on Xbox, which is very exciting. Let's talk about other things. Very exciting. Look, can I be honest with you all? The news is a little weird today.
It's the vibe of the news is off.
The vibe of the news is a little off.
It's
right?
off. I wouldn't call the vibes. I wouldn't call them rancid. I wouldn't call them ruined.
I wouldn't call them immaculate either.
No, they're just off.
Yeah.
The news vibes are strange.
Okay, so then let's start with something weird.
Okay.
I want to. A nice little indie game.
All right. Let's start with a nice little indie game.
I want to show you the spreadsheet momentarily.
Sure.
A little bit of my YouTube recommended feed.
There is no spreadsheet.
And then I want to show you this point and click sim where you are playing a woman who murdered her husband, and you explore through flashbacks where you get to decide how it happened.
Oh, that's fun. I like that. That's a good hook.
Look, it is a little extra laggy. NDI has not been our friend as of late for some reason.
I like that your husband that you murdered is Pixel Timothy Oliphant.
Yes.
Like, it's definitely Pixel Timothy Oliphant.
So you get to deal with her crimes, and you have no choice but to decide how it happened.
That's
and I think
fun.
This looks very fun. I think it looks weird as hell, and I'm really into it.
Looks like it's either got a little bit of like supernatural eldritch stuff going on, or just symbolism about it.
Or Anthony, was that a donut?
This just blew the whole case wide open.
I love my recommended feed. I'm sorry.
My recommended feed is
Let's talk about this.
okay. Here's the thing. No, it's great. I see some Shanspeare. I see some I see good stuff.
We love Trixie and Katya in this house. Jordan Teresa does good reality show content. Shanspeare, honestly, one of the best on the platform.
Shanspeare's crushing it.
So good.
My YouTube recommended is a little off right now because I've been using it to do the sleep seas. And so what I'll do is I'll put on like a playlist on a channel or something. And it's usually like video game history content because it's like comfy, cozy, fall right asleep to it.
Yeah.
But then I wake up to just the worst algorithm.
Yeah, because that one finishes and it's about a game, and then you get a worse video about the game, and then you get a worse video about the game while you're sleeping.
I swear, and this is no shade, but this content was never for me. I've never enjoyed it. I'll wake up at 4 a.m, 5 a.m. with the angry video game nerd yelling at me, and I'm like, how did I get here?
That's rough.
How did I get James? How did you wind up in my feed, James? Jimothy? What happened?
For me, as of late, I've been watching a lot of, look, if you don't know how to do something, you just type it into YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sitting there like, how does a lens work? I'm sitting there like, what does this mean if camera says this? I'm doing a lot of those lately.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. The other half of mine are like Unreal Engine stuff.
But they're all white guys.
Oh, I'll let you know.
I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of being told how to use a camera by a white guy.
I will send you some very good channels about cameras.
They're all fucking just like straight 30-something dudes.
You gotta hunt, but they're there. I'll find you some very good, like, number one, you want to find you want to find like Lizzie Pierce. Number two, you want to find Atola Visuals.
Okay.
I'll send you T Hopper is great. I'll send you some great women.
People keep sending me videos because I asked them a question. They're like, this is a great video, and I click it, and god damn it, it's another straight white guy being like, so you want to learn about cameras? And I'm like, no, not from you.
Yeah.
I don't anymore.
It's definitely one of those spaces that's heavily dominated. And you gotta dig, but they're there. And once they surface, that will be your algorithm. I'll send you some good ones.
Please let me out. It's so bad.
Yeah, the Unreal stuff is the same. The Unreal stuff, I'm just like, whoa, bud.
Please stop. Now I don't want to use a camera anymore. Out of sheer spite, I will not learn what this means.
Yeah, it's do you know what it is? It's nobody has the audacity to do a beginner to mid-level tutorial that's an hour long and assure you that they know everything about it and that you need to be told everything about it.
Yeah.
Other than a very particular white man.
No, absolutely. No, absolutely. You're 100% correct. There is a level of audacity of, yeah, it should probably come from me.
And it's funny because like there are very few that even have the attitude of like, oh yeah, I wanted to know how this was too. Here's how I do it. This isn't even the only way you can do it. This is just like, here's how you need to do. And they always have like those YouTube-y titles, like 5 things you're not doing with your camera.
1000% they do.
You need to do this with your lens. And it's just like, you don't need to do anything.
And then he like cuts in the middle of it and it's like, hey, I actually didn't realize that this was a zoom lens. So all this information is incorrect. But it's important that we talk about this. So it was actually good that I did that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And I'm not going to redo the video at all.
Nope, correct and good, and you should see it.
Yeah, listen, I hate the video tutorialization of the internet. I truly do. I love, especially since most of the stuff I'm doing tutorials that I need to either be in another window or I need to be hands-on with something. I don't want a video. I miss articles. I miss like just a step-by-step, here are the settings. Like I can read it and internalize it 80 times faster than you can explain it. And I won't need to pause because I'm doing other things. Just give me the bullet points.
I do love a good article.
Just give me an article.
Here's what I'm going to say. If you're doing a video, give me good chapters.
You gotta.
Oh, if you're doing a video tutorial, give me those good chapters.
You gotta do it. And now they do this thing where like if you scroll past all the videos on the algorithm, there are things that look like articles, but they're hiding the video in it.
Oh, of course they are.
And it's just like you go in and it's one paragraph and then here's a 20-minute video. And I was just like, motherfucker, you don't understand. You could have cornered the market on me. There are people that are
market of Anthony's.
But there are people that are just looking for an article. And when they find the article, you're like, I know what we'll do. We'll take people who think they're looking for an article and throw them right back to video. That's the dumbest shit in the world. That's like when you hear about like restaurant managers that are like, well, everybody's only ordering this one menu item, but we already have it. Why would we do more menu items like it? Offer them something else. No, I found you looking for an article. Just give me what I searched for.
Sometimes I like a video.
Sometimes. And if I do, I'll click on it.
I'll be honest. If I like a video, it's almost always women. I've been watching PC builds. I'm not building a PC right now. I just kind of like the company of women building PCs.
Yeah.
I've just been listening to like ladies build PCs, and they're building like their dream PCs that are like cases covered in moss and shit. Mm-hmm. Oh, Anthony, that's a good side of YouTube.
That's a really good side of YouTube. The
aesthetic PC building.
Aesthetic PC building. Because especially when you get to, because like you're saying, people who really know the internals of a PC and what they're building and why, and then are like, and then on the outside, it's going to look like a hot air balloon. And you're just like, fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's good.
Why wouldn't it? I'm going to hang it from my ceiling. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I love that.
There's a bunch of real cute fucking PCs. Very good. I replaced every cable with a pink or white one in the entire PC.
Sure.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, I've seen one that was like, one of my favorites was just like a very cool Art Deco building. Ooh. And it was like a very cool Art Deco building PC that went onto a shelf full of like Art Deco books and like decor and stuff. And it was just like, dang, really integrated. That's the thing is like, I talk about this with electronics all the time. Stuff that, not like phones and laptops or whatever, but stuff that needs to be in your house and part of your house all the time. Stuff like smart speakers and stuff. It's like, no, make them look like a specific type of decor so they fit in my house.
Yeah.
So my house doesn't have a bunch of cool shit that I picked because I like it and it looks like me, and then one large slab. And you speak to the slab.
That's my Xbox.
And the slab is the focal point of the room because you must speak to it.
Yeah.
I hate that.
My living room is very stylized. It's green walls, pink velvet curtains.
Yeah.
I decorated hard. But then it's my game consoles that are just like absolute
tough.
Vibe killers.
And the thing, you've got the easy thing that most people do, which is like, you just buy yourself a nice credenza or something and hide it all. And it's like, but
yeah,
that's why like a couple years ago when Google started doing like their little Google guys is what they're called, I think. Isn't that what they're called? Google guys?
Yeah.
And you talk to the Google guys and you say, hey, Google guy.
You say, hey, Google guy.
Hey, Google guy. And they made it look like it was, they're covered in fabric and they're like white or they're pink or they're like moss green or like I have that speaker lamp that I got from IKEA that just looks like a nice lamp, but it's got a little Sonos speaker in it. What do you know?
What do you know?
What do you know? That's the shit, man.
Yeah.
That's the shit that I want.
I kind of like the new Echo Dots.
Yeah.
The ball ones, those I don't mind, but the old flat one, no thank you.
Yeah.
And Brie Grace, I also love the handyman.
Handyman.
Yeah, she's the trans handyman.
Oh.
And she does construction and like general housework, but also helps for little things of like safety and self-sufficiency for women in their home.
Oh, that's good.
It's real good.
That's
Very
nice.
good. Okay, we've not been doing it.
No, this is cool. We're vibing today. It's a vibe.
It's just vibing.
It's a vibe. Somebody says find the custom skins companies for the consoles. That's a good one too. You know, you get like a, I don't know, the big popular one is like a D brand or something where you like cover your console in a skin.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. That PS5, dude, just look like a PS5 no matter what you do to it.
What I do.
I definitely like, I love the design of it if I lived in an orb.
Yeah.
Like if I lived in an orb.
If I was Orban.
If I lived in an orb 100 years from now, that PS5 would look dope. And I know that's the look that they were going for. Like, imagine if you lived in a future orb.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. I don't. I just don't.
Right.
So it does just look like the Sydney Opera House in my room.
It does. It's very funny.
Anyway.
Hey, speaking of consoles.
Yeah, let's talk about consoles.
If you love your Switch, but sometimes you think, man, I wish it didn't play just games. I wish it had my to-do list on it. Have you ever thought that, Anthony?
Never once.
Oh, well. So this app's not for you.
Never once in my life. That gives me some very intense Y2K VTech vibes.
Yeah.
That's a locker answering machine is what you're trying to give to me.
I do actually think that's pretty funny as someone who has never wanted their Switch to have their to-do list on it. Honestly, I could think of nothing I want less for my Switch than to have a to-do list on it.
Yeah.
But this new app, NOS, or Nintendo new operating system from publisher Red Deer Games, says it's just like the bones of an operating system on your Switch to make it like a little tablet.
Okay. Sure. It looks like adds a calculator, a gallery of pre-selected images. That's what you want. In your photos, a gallery of pre-selected images.
I was so confused. You were showing your screen and I was like, why isn't it moving?
A notebook, a to-do list, MS Paint-like app, and a little sliding puzzle with a parrot on it. Okay.
Closer in. Ghost is trying the door.
Ghost really wants to be in here today.
He is literally going like this on the doorknob.
There is nothing in here for you. You get bored every time.
I mean, look.
Yo, the inmates are running the asylum today. I don't know what to tell you. This is just a lot.
You know, I almost texted you last night and said we shouldn't do a show.
Yo, I nearly did the same thing. I went
and I checked the spreadsheet and I was like, there's already stories in there.
I put in like 4 stories.
I know.
Because there was nothing last night.
I know.
And I was like, maybe if there aren't any more stories, we should just not. I just felt like the vibe was weird. Do you know what I mean? I just felt like the vibe was weird.
Yeah, dog, the vibe was weird.
Are you all feeling it this morning? Is it just us? Is it a localized vibe?
You just hang out and chat.
Is it just a localized vibe? Is this like an LA vibe, or is everybody feeling it? Is it localized to this house? To these two people?
I just said it's a weird vibe.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the vibes are weird today.
It's super weird.
Somebody released an operating system for the Switch that has a photos app. You can't even add your own photos. They give you the photos to it. Look, this is really okay. There is a thing where it's like, I only want to carry one thing. Mm-hmm. Why should I carry more than one thing?
But that thing's not going to be a Nintendo Switch.
So like, okay, camera, it's got everything. And then I can play games on it, but I don't really want to most of the time. There are a few, and I've got my backbone.
Yeah.
But I don't want to carry a backbone
Does your
everywhere.
backbone fit on your new phone?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You can write to Backbone and they'll send you an adapter for newer phones. That's what I had to do.
Oh.
Yeah, they'll send it to you.
I have to send them a letter?
Yeah, you have to send them a letter, and it has to be handwritten, and it has to be nice.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Do you know Santa?
Or you can just email them.
Okay.
But they send you a little, because when the backbone was originally designed, if you have one of the early ones, it only went up to, I think, the iPhone 12. So now you can do like the new ones. You can also, if you don't want to wait because it takes a week or two, they have the STL file for 3D printers, and you can print your own bracket.
Okay.
If you want to. Anyway, I understand the wanting the one thing in your pocket, because the other thing is like everything's a computer now. Everything you carry is a pretty powerful computer. Even your cat. When you pick up your cat.
Yeah, I get it. I'll get him.
He's right there.
I'll get him. Hey, Anthony, I just learned something about this new operating system.
Yeah. It's 95% off today.
Well, it's not the fact that it's 95% off. It's about the fact that before that, it was $40.
Yeah, it's an operating system. It's got a sliding puzzle and you can do notes. Okay. So my Switch has like the hack on it because it's one of the launch switches. So I was able to like hack it, and I can boot into the Android side of it.
Okay.
And I can use it as an Android device. And I was like, well, I've got this little Android device. Can't I just do everything I want? And then I was like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard, brain. Why would you want? I was thinking I could hook a Bluetooth keyboard up to it. I could do like if I'm traveling and I just need like emails and stuff, I could just, this is right here. What am I talking about? I
want your email signature to say sent from my Nintendo Switch.
It's a Switch. What am I doing? But that's the thing, is like, once you start hacking things, you just start looking at everything. You're like, what can I get out of it? What can I do with it? You got it. Real dork behavior.
You're giving dork behavior.
And the only reason I did it is because if you install the Android side, you can put emulators on it. And then it's like, cool, I'll play like other stuff on it. Man, don't fucking do that. It's like sending a message from a Samsung fridge. Why smart fridge if you can't do everything you need to do from it?
It's like typing a message into Excel on your Sidekick.
Never forget. Never forget. Was that Kelly Rowland?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. She was sending that Excel spreadsheet to Nelly?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was Kelly Rowland.
Yeah. It was the old Kelly Nelly situation.
Classic Kelly Nelly.
So
No.
This thing, I don't know why.
For what?
For what?
Like, truly for what? It's got a little video with it. It looks kind of cute.
Like, it's cute. Do you know what this is?
What?
This is like, I would give this to a child who sees an adult doing like planning things.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I would be like, hey, if I'm at the computer, or if I'm at if mom or dad are on the laptop, you can open up your little operating system and do your stuff. Why don't you work on your computer? You know?
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
That's cute. I kind of feel like that child, but here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this moment here.
Oh, that kid is listen, graphic design is that kid's passion.
But Anthony, they didn't use the touchscreen. They just did that like an Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah, they're a good designer. The touchscreen is a crutch for beginner designers. She's using Bezier tools. She's using the pen tools. She's converting anchor points.
Hold on. I just smacked my microphone. I'm so stressed. Why would someone draw like that? Because I was wondering when I saw the little paint-like app. I was
Skywalker.
Like, touchscreen?
Skywalker says that's green screened on, and I don't know. I don't think so.
No, you think that's probably
I think that's probably real. Yeah, she's doing it.
Yeah, look at her make the little S.
She's doing
love this like lag that we're getting right now from the NDI. It's very helpful to me.
It's very
You're
cool.
Not seeing any of the thing I'm trying to show you.
Can you get one frame of it?
No.
Can you
no
stop
frames.
on the correct frame?
No frames.
That kid's got a future. I could use a graphic designer. I'm going to call that kid. I don't care if you make it on a Switch. I'm going to call that kid. But I'm going to go ring, ring, hello. And she's going to pick up on a plastic phone. And we're going to negotiate. No, NOS doesn't come with a fake toy phone. They're hoping to add that into the next update.
I keep talking myself out of buying one of the new iPad Pros.
Sure.
One of the big boys.
Yeah. Because you've got the M1.
I do. I have my laptop.
Yeah.
I love my laptop.
You got the M1.
But like, I'm not going to do character sheets on my laptop.
God, no. You should put it on your Switch. We'll install Android on your Switch.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
So originally I was like, having my character sheet and notes side by side because of the big boy with the pen. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. Mm-hmm. But you know what else?
What else?
I'm a planner bitch. I love a planner. But I also know that if I don't additionally put it on something that I take with me, I will forget it. So my planner is useless. Mm-hmm. It's nice to write things down, but like it has to be in my Google Calendar.
No, you need the daily practice of whatever you write down during the day. There's a time during the day where you put it into the thing that actually reminds you of stuff.
Exactly, or vice versa. It's nice to write things down. People are doing virtual planners, like where they like design them and like color them and little stickers and stuff.
Yes,
on an iPad.
People will find a way to do the most everywhere.
I love it because I'm not somebody who wants to like buy a bunch of stickers for planning and stuff like that. I don't have the time for it, and it feels wasteful to me. Virtual stickers.
I just want to point out. I'm sorry.
What?
At some point, we went from $469 to $700.
Was that today? No, it was like that when we started today.
Was it? I don't think so. Anyway. If somebody did generous
at the end of the show,
we do, of course, do a roll call at the end of the show where we shout out everybody who generously donated to us. So if you're that person, yo.
Anyways, I want an iPad for a digital planner that has cute little stickers.
So here's the thing.
With the pen.
I had somebody talking to me the other day that was like, I want to do a bullet journal, but I just think it's so much work to keep up with and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, no. You don't understand. The bullet journals were invented by like just this dude who wanted to get everything taken down as quickly as possible.
Men are always advocating bullet journals to me. I will not bullet journal.
But then YouTube, like the notes and stationery YouTubers got a hold of it and turned it into like this beautiful thing, which is great.
There's nothing wrong with having frills on it.
There's nothing wrong, but I think it made people think that you have to do that.
There's a difference. I'm talking about planners.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about bullet journaling.
No, but
I don't want a bullet journal because here's my thing. If I have to like sketch out my own lines, which is like fundamentally part of bullet journaling, I will spend too long on trying to get it perfect.
Right. Which
bullet journaling, it can't be messy for me. I won't use it. I won't enjoy it.
Right. Which like the initial bullet journal was like, get something that has lines or is on graph paper and just put it down. But
that's just a list, dog.
The bullet journal community like really turned into like, I'm going to make a special page for the month and I'm going to make a special page that looks like this. And I draw these on every week and and that's great if that's if that's your hobby.
I want a cute ass digital planner with stickers.
Yeah, do that. And I think that's even better because then you've got all the stickers and stuff and you don't have to do all the hand stuff, which I think like the hand drawing lines, you got to do hand stuff. Like, here's the thing. You got to do hand stuff. That's just considerate. But if you want to do an ornate bullet journal or an ornate planner, all you have to do is like drag and drop the fun elements that you want. And I think that's good because then you get the pretty planner that everybody wants, but you don't spend 2 hours a day on your planner. My friend Miranda, who works over at Miranda Sanchez, who works over at IGN, she does like all their anime stuff and their guides.
Right.
She is like a journal and stationery streamer. And so she does her journal and planner for the week live on Twitch.
Awesome.
And it's very, very ornate. And I'm always like, good for you.
I used to watch a lot of planner videos on YouTube. I don't have time anymore. But the other thing is, I get sticker stressed IRL about using up stickers.
I've got so many stickers where I'm just like, I haven't found the thing worthy of the sticker yet.
Right? It's too good of a sticker. What if I want it later? What if I have something else that I want to put this sticker on?
If I'm tearing through a notebook at a good clip and I'm like, well, I'm really I'm really doing a lot of stuff in this notebook, like I'm working on a project or something, and I go, I'm going to put this sticker on it. And then I go, no, I'm tearing through the notebook too quickly.
And then what?
Then what?
Then the notebook's over and the sticker's dead?
Ridiculous.
I killed this sticker?
I killed both of them?
Fuck that.
I'm
I
a
can't.
serial killer? I'm Mickey Mouse all of a sudden?
Hold on to the sticker. I'll stick it to nothing.
It took me years to get over notebook anxiety. Somebody gives you a nice notebook and you're like,
Find the right occasion.
or a nice sketchbook. Back when I was like an art kid, it was like, here's a nice sketchbook for you because we know that you like to draw. And I was like, this is the worst thing you ever could have given me. It will remain empty and revered for the rest of my days.
I will look at it and think one day,
I will draw on this newsprint. They gave me a crayon at Macaroni Grill. This is where I shall draw. Macaroni Grill. Your mom thinks it's nice.
Also not sponsored by Macaroni Grill.
Hashtag Macaroni Grill. Hashtag Succession Season 4.
Hey, you said it this time.
Macaroni Grill?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, there's other news, I guess.
I don't know.
Is there?
There's so much.
Skywalker
said, speaking of merch, speaking of stickers, ! Merch, you can check out PixelCircus.store. You could get an It's Too Early sticker or a Mini Mishy sticker.
You got to get that Mini Mishy sticker. You can also.
Is Mini Mishy gone?
I think didn't you take the Mini Mishy away? Listen, no one knows when. Oh, the Google Doodle. I don't know if you've seen it, but you make boba for animals in the rain.
The sticker's still available. I was supposed to take it away. I didn't. I will be today. So if you wanted one, get it now.
Get it now.
Because, oops, I didn't do it 30 days ago when I was supposed to.
Hey, we got a lot going on. Be cool. Folks, you may have been playing the Dead Space. It's been getting a lot of excellent reviews. The Dead Space remake. What?
Just yawning.
Oh, okay. You're allowed. It's been getting a lot of excellent reviews. People seem to really enjoy it. One of the things that Dead Space has, which is a very excellent thing, I think, it will blur out disturbing scenes if you want it to. The game includes 2 filters that will warn you of potentially sensitive content or cover it up completely. Your choice.
Yeah, I think that this is really great. They compare this in the article to like accessibility features that allow you to play something like a story mode. Or even, if you don't need to and you're just like, hey, this is sheerly my preference. I really mostly want to watch this game.
Yep.
This is another one of those that somebody might get to enjoy a game that otherwise might be overwhelming for them. And you get to kind of take them as they come. There's 2 different versions of it. Like you said, one like blurs it and the other will give like a warning, like a little pop-up that's like, hey,
this is about to happen. If you
opt in, opt out, my friend.
What I enjoy about that is there's a whole segment of the human race that watches horror movies, but then like turns away for a minute or two when things get too intense.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of option to do that with games because you have to continue controlling the game.
Yeah, I'm a turn away for gore person. In scary movies now, I feel like I used to, as like a badge of honor, feel like I had to. Like I was like, I'm tough, I don't look away.
Yeah. You remember that Little John song? Turn away for gore?
I was really trying to figure out which sentence you were going for. I was like, anyways, I used to keep straight on, and now I'm like, hey, I don't have to look at things that upset me. I'm an adult. No one can make me. So now it gets gory. I just go.
You don't have to listen.
I wait it out.
It's so many things about video games are just like real badge of honor things.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
I played it on hard mode.
I played it on hard mode. I did 60 hours. I got the platinum trophy. What'd you think about it? It was fine. It was fine. You could walk away from a video game
at any time.
You're allowed. What'd you think? First 20 hours were okay, but the rest of it dragged. The other 40 hours?
Why did you keep doing it?
No.
There's so many games.
Stop it. Knock it off. There's so much weird like 90s dude bro shit left in video game culture.
There is, and you just know that there's going to be people like, well, if you can't handle it, you shouldn't play Death Space. You're too sensitive. And then to that I say, hey, you are sounding a little sensitive about how other people are playing video games.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, it's like with the Elden Ring thing when people are like, if you turn it down onto easy, it's not really playing a Souls game. Hey.
Touch grass.
Yeah. Maybe,
Kiss a girl.
Kiss a girl. Hey, everybody, if you get a chance today with consent, kiss a girl. Think about it.
Noted.
Hey, is there more news? Sure. Sure there is. We want to talk about this game needs a content warning. There's too much going on. It's too intense. I need filters on this, please. Because guess what? It's just too cute.
You get a little pop-up warning that says it's about to be really cute.
It's about to get too cute here.
It's about to be really cute here.
You're about to snuggle on down into your couch cushions. It's so adorable.
Can we start giving little pop-ups on this show that say that?
Little cute warnings?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Warning it's about to get really cute.
When you and Dagger leave me alone for office hours today, I'll put together a cute warning.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, this is the Return to Dreamland Deluxe remake that's coming out. It's the Wii remaster for the Switch. Ooh, I'll tell you what, Nintendo really just uses every part of the buffalo. You know what I mean? Like the Wii and the Wii U, a lot of people didn't play a lot of games for that system. And they're like,
release them all.
And they're like, we never lose money. Never.
Again.
Do you want it now? Now that it's on a Switch? Your place for planning your day?
Yes. Yes, I do. Part of the reason this is also in the news is that the box art seemingly leaked for it. I don't know if we want to show it. We tend to avoid showing a lot of leaks.
But there is, according to this box art leak, the big news today is that there is potentially a new epilogue or mode or post-game content that happens with this game. Makes sense. Nintendo does that when they do these re-releases. They'll give you a little something extra.
Yeah.
Add some levels, add some functionality, make it a little bit worth your while to play this game that maybe you've played before. And it looks like there's a whole epilogue.
I never played it. I'm very excited. It says every mode supports up to 4 players.
Yep.
Which is very exciting.
That was the big deal. This is the one that took Nintendo a million years to make. I think this was shown off for the first time at like E3 2005. And they were like, it's coming out this year. And then they were like, and by this year, we mean 7 years from now, because we fucked up. It was not good. But when it did finally come out, 4-player Kirby is...
Yeah, I bet.
It's so good.
Jafrika said, I'll pencil in some curb time on my Switch.
Yeah, I can look at my Switch and see what's in my calendar this week. Do you want to see pictures of this? Do you want to see pictures of the family that the Switch assigned to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not the Lysander said, my kids love these games, but I can't stand paying $60 plus for the remasters on remasters on remasters.
Hey, that's fair. Counterpoint, if you've never played it before, it doesn't matter.
That's true.
The first time you play it is the first time you play it. If you already own the basic version on the Wii,
it on the Wii,
yeah. If you already own the basic version, I get it. Plug in that Wii and tell your kids it's a new game. Let me tell you something about kids.
What? Yeah, you?
Let me tell you something about kids.
Yeah, you tell them about kids. You tell the person with kids about kids, Anthony.
They know that you're lying to them, but they're not going to stand up to you. You thought I was going to say kids don't know the difference. They do. Kids are very smart. They won't stand up to you.
Hold on. Actually, that's bad.
It's just real. It's just real.
This may be bad.
I'm sorry.
Hey, speaking of returns, remasters, have you missed Kadabra? Do you remember the Kadabra lawsuit, everyone?
Yeah, we talked about this earlier this year, didn't we?
I mean, this is an old story.
Yeah, with the amazing Kreskin or whatever, or...
I don't think that's his name, but that's real funny.
With the spoon, Kreskin was the psychic Was this Uri Geller?
It was Uri Geller.
It was Uri Geller.
Okay,
Spoon bending.
For those who do not know, the Pokemon Kadabra, as in Abracadabra and Alakazam, the imagery of Kadabra was contested in court because Kadabra holds a spoon and is a like magic-y, mind-bendy Pokemon of psychic damage. And the magician, Uri Geller, said, hey, I think that you based that Pokemon on me. I think you used my likeness to make that Pokemon.
Here's the thing. We do think of when the big joke about like psychics and people with telekinetic powers and stuff like that is spoon bending, right? We talk about bending spoons. Uri Geller has a point when he says the reason we think about that is probably him. He made an entire career in like the 70s and 80s going on talk shows and like bending spoons with his mind. That was his signature trick. But unfortunately, Uri Geller, and this is the thing this is the thing about it, it has turned into just a pop culture thing. People don't know why.
Taking away the little monster from the children's game makes you look like a dweeb.
It really does. And that was Victor Necrofunk brought up the thing that I was going to get to, which is most people now think of the Matrix.
Yeah.
Which, did the Matrix get the spoon bending kid from Uri Geller? I don't know. Probably. Shut up.
Anyways, I also thought it was very funny because he looked at that Pokemon and was like, see, that looks like me.
Mm-hmm. Sphinx Jer says he did also go after the Matrix. Get wrecked, Uri Geller.
Of course he did. Of course he did. So anyways, the Pokemon Kadabra has not been in the Pokemon trading cards since the lawsuit. And
Sombra Savant says, I've never heard of Uri Geller. Yeah, you're probably under 50.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I only know of Uri Geller from this.
I know of Uri, most people know of Uri Geller from trying to ruin Pokemon.
Yeah, I vaguely remember maybe some talk show stuff. Anyways, last August, Uri Geller in an interview said that his agent had been in contact with the Pokemon company and that he had a feeling Kadabra may be getting a new card soon. So after all these years, he just said, okay, you can have it back, which...
Wait a minute.
Piss ass move.
Flatlander 73 says Uri Geller's a fraud? Uri Geller doesn't have psychic abilities?
He's not really magic?
Well, we got to throw this whole case out of court then. Kadabra's magic.
Anyways, Kadabra's coming back because Uri Geller finally decided to let his beef with the tiny children's monster go.
But in all seriousness, like the fraud thing, there was the amazing Randy is a magician that used to go on shows that Uri Geller went on. He'd go on like the next week and show how Uri Geller did all his stuff.
Nice.
And just basically was like, hey, this guy, because Uri Geller really was trying to tell people that he was an actual psychic. And the amazing Randy was like, no such thing. You can be a magician if you want to. Mm-hmm. We'll allow that.
Yeah.
But you can't tell people that you have psychic abilities. That's not fair.
That's great. Well, there hasn't been a card since 2002 with Kadabra on it.
Damn, if you're holding a Kadabra, now's the time to sell.
Right.
Sell all your Kadabras to Logan Paul right now. He'll buy anything.
And take good care of them.
Once I've made the bag, I don't care what, I'm gonna sell my Kadabras. I have 50 Kadabras.
Yeah.
No. Did you ever Pokemon card?
A little bit when I was younger.
Yeah.
But my brother was the Pokemon card kid, which just meant I couldn't be because my mother was already buying them for one kid.
Right.
And he got there first, quite simply. So I was a Pokemon games kid.
Real scarcity mindset in your household.
We were poor.
No. But I mean,
yes.
No, I mean, but like,
true.
But like, as opposed to in my house where it was like, you can both like it, you share.
Oh, no, my brother is 7 years older than me. There's no sharing with that age gap, unfortunately. It's maybe when he gets bored of them, you can have them after. Which is what happened with most of the Star Wars toys, too.
I did con my sister into splitting the cost of a Sega Saturn with me, and then I kept it in my room. And I felt bad about it. I felt bad about it my whole life. Because I never did stuff like that to her. But like, there was this one, I was really desperate to get this Sega Saturn. Mm-hmm. And I convinced her to split the cost with me, and then I put it in my room. And she was like, what? And my mom was like, you're eventually going to have to pay for her half of the Sega Saturn. Like, that's not okay. that's not okay. And I was like, no, you're right. I'm sorry. I don't know. I felt horrible about it immediately.
My brother did not have such guilt. Anyways, I always loved Abracadabra and Alakazam. They're always some of my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah. You know what's been fun is playing. Listen, Pokemon Go is back.
No, it's not. It's just back.
It's back in a big way. I'll see you all next month in Vegas for Pokemon Go Fest. I love looking at the demarcation from when Pokemon were just like these weird, ugly little guys into like the super cute, like high tech kind of animals that they are.
So cute now.
Everything is ridiculously cute and very like high tech.
Yeah.
And like the original, like you look at the 151 like original Pokemon and you're like, that's just gerbils and shit.
Yeah.
That's just a gerbil and a frog and a caterpillar. And then it's like, this is an electric robot deer elf, and it's beautiful. And it's like, okay, where are my ugly little guys at? I miss my ugly little guys.
Yeah. I was trying to find our Pokemon generator. There it is, the Pokemon Fusion generator. You remember this?
Oh, yeah.
I also realized all my favorite Pokemon are just little yellow guys.
Yeah, a lot of yellow. Do you know what I found out?
Psyduck, it's Mimikyu. I love an Abracadabra, Alakazam.
Do you know what I found out about this?
What did you find out?
Kirby was originally going to be yellow because Shigeru Miyamoto's favorite color for characters, particularly cute characters, is yellow.
That makes so much sense. Why the yellow ones are the cutest.
And he's yellow on like a Game Boy Color or an NES or a Super. Yellow really like pops and stands out.
Yeah.
And so he was very like, make it yellow, make it yellow. And they had to like fight for Kirby to be pink.
Interesting.
And so I think that's probably why there are so many yellow Pokemon. Hey, that's just an angry Yoder.
It is. I'm trying to get to this actual generator because this is the one.
But show me the angry Yoder. Show the world the angry Yoder. There you go. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's a little angry Yoder. I love it. Hey,
What's up?
let's talk about some big media news. You like that Tomb Raider? You a Tomb Raider fan?
I do.
You like a Lara Croft?
I love a Lara Croft.
How'd you feel about that last movie with Alicia Vikander? Did you ever see it?
I did see it. Honestly, I thought it was cute.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
I liked it.
It was a fun adventure movie. It had like a sweet family aspect to it.
Yeah, I thought it was a good like origin story. I think the thing is people are kind of like, why origin story? Jump right into it, blah, 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 that sort of thing. I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. But we're getting another reboot. This time it's going to be a show for Amazon. And the showrunner is Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yeah.
Most known, of course, for Fleabag, but has been doing writing on Indiana Jones 5, of course, has been in Star Wars, famously improvised a lot of her dialogue.
Awesome.
Very good, has a good sense for action and witty dialogue, but not in that way that feels like very like we're hanging a joke on this.
Yeah.
Good with character stuff. And I love that we're giving Lara Croft a series instead of a movie this time.
I agree. I think we always get to the point where the stuff is really kicking off at the end of the movie, and then they don't do another one, and they don't do a follow-up.
Yeah.
And if you think of the end of the last movie, you're like, yeah, that should have been the start of a series.
Yep. And unfortunately, when you're making like $100 million movie and it doesn't do super well, you're like, well, we can't do another one. The TV show, it's nice because they get to tell the story of the character, you know?
I'm very excited by this. And like, you know, we all know that the Tomb Raider rights have been kind of passed around a good bit. So sure, they're at Amazon now, but at least somebody's doing something with them.
Yeah, I wonder like if this has to do with the Square sale. If Square was just being precious with the rights and then they sold it off and it's like, okay, yes, we are now, because I think it's Embracer now that has Crystal Dynamics, and Embracer wants everything to be a multimedia project.
Yes.
Embracer is like, yes, of course. The TV show fuels the video game, fuels the movie, fuels the comic books, fuels the soft drink. So this is a good thing. And I mean, look, we're living in a post The Last of Us world. We can have a very good video game show if we want one.
Yeah. Have you been watching it?
I only watched the first episode.
I haven't watched it yet.
I keep waking up on Monday mornings to the entire world bugging out about how good this, particularly apparently the story of Bill was this last episode, and they really expanded on Bill's story and changed some things.
Everybody's been talking about this episode. I got a lot of people that are just like, I'm still crying about it.
Yeah. It's time to, I got invited to like a weekly watch along group, and I was just like, I should do that.
Not enough people are doing weekly watch along groups, you know? Like, God, do you remember? Like, there was a Game of Thrones party every Sunday.
Ooh, I will say this.
It was my house. I was hosting it.
I do love a watch along, but because of my ADHD auditory things, if somebody's talking or people are like doing talkies during a show, I can't understand what's happening in the show.
If subtitles are on, I'm fine.
I'm okay. But like if it's a show that I really love, like I stopped going to Game of Thrones watch-alongs because I was like, I'm just going to watch this in my house.
See, it depends on your friends, though. It really depends on your friends. Because, like, I watched Game of Thrones with a lot of people that are like, we're shutting up and we're watching Game of Thrones. And if somebody wants to say something, we're pausing.
Yeah.
I'm happy to pause and talk.
Ooh, depends on how many pauses. There needs to be a rule on how many pauses we get.
And see, I'm not getting into that. I trust people. I trust people to handle it.
You can't abuse the pause is all I'm saying.
I trust my friends not to abuse the pause.
Yeah.
I'm happy to pause and talk. That's perfectly fine with me. But we used to do Game of Thrones watch parties. I used to go to, and I didn't even watch The Walking Dead, but like Walking Dead watch parties. Because sure, I love a watch party.
Now, Walking Dead, I would have done it for because I liked Walking Dead, but I wasn't like wholeheartedly invested.
Yeah.
So I could go to a watch party for that.
I'd always go to the big ones.
Yeah.
I've seen a bunch of important episodes, even though I don't know the context of any of them.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's fun. It's a nice little
It's fun.
event.
And you know, if shows are now that shows are back to releasing once a week, now that we tried binge watching and everybody was like, you idiots, we're just going to watch it all at once and cancel.
Yeah.
Now that we're back to weeklies and it's pretty safe to like hang out with friends now.
Yeah, in small groups.
And like, we should be doing more stuff like that. Maybe also the last couple of years just got me used to not doing stuff like that.
I think it did.
I need to get back into it.
For all of us. Anyways.
PixelCircus watch party. Here's the problem with
that. Is that watching PixelCircus or watching something with PixelCircus?
You can have as many watch parties as you want to watch our content. We wholeheartedly agree with that. And you can talk over most of our content and rewatch it 3-4 times to really make sure that you got it, you know? But if you're talking about PixelCircus getting together and doing a watch party, that's the sort of thing that we usually have to let you BBs organize on your own due to the fact that media corporations will come after us for anything.
Very true.
Literally anything. Sometimes they release a commercial for their show or movie, and we show that commercial and talk about how good that was, and then they try to remove us from the internet.
Yeah, we got that for Harley Quinn last week, and we only showed a second of it. We literally showed a second of it because you were like, no HBO! You know, and then I contested it. I was like, hey, we talked over the whole thing. We only showed a second. We didn't play any audio from it, and they were like, no, it stands. Anyways, Chi-Town said, I've been watching Failed Save Season 1 all week. I have not watched back Season 1 since we did it. I have no recollection of it.
I bet it is at once the same thing and very different than it is now.
Yeah. I bet we all tried a lot harder to keep in the game.
We didn't, I mean,
you know what I mean?
Most of us didn't know each other.
That's not true.
I mean, I didn't know anybody except you and Kaylee.
Yeah, you didn't.
And then, like, I know that a bunch of people were talking about how, like, we just had never seen each other in person.
That was it. It was just pandemic.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Pandemic. We all knew each other.
Yeah.
There was no randos. But
no, I don't mean like total strip, but I mean like when we met each other for the first time.
Yeah, Gina was the only person I had never met in person. And we had been in the same room quite a few times. We had just never met in person, and we had only met virtually over the pandemic.
Self-aware can opener says
internet friends.
Surprising less crying and much more low-key sillies.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. We're a real melodrama now, baby.
We're a real melodrama, but also real fucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got real comfortable. Hey, everybody. We're doing something fun on the 13-hour stream that we're going to probably talk about in the Discord today. But I'm going to tell you, BBs, about it here on the show because...
Kaylee, earmuffs, if you're here.
We've got this. Okay. We wanted... I came up with a really dumb idea for the 13-hour stream.
It was a 13-hour stream.
Yes. And then I came up with an idea within the idea, which is to do a failed save shadow cast. Like Rocky Horror.
Okay.
Now, if you've never been to a Rocky Horror Shadowcast, they show the movie on the screen, and everybody acts out the scene in front of it in a very silly way. Yeah, this means I can post it in the Discord now. Hi, Kaylee. So, and it can be anybody who's there at the time can just pick up and play any character they want. You don't have to be your own character.
Interesting.
Everybody's going to fuck around and be silly. So, I would love for you, BBs, to send to us your favorite failed save clips. Drop them in the Discord and the failed save channel because we need help choosing which scenes we will be shadow casting.
I can imagine they can be like a little longer, right? Because we'll want like a chunk that we can perform.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So send us your favorite moments.
And if you have any people that you particularly want to see be somebody else and you know who you want, like don't send that.
Please don't do that to me.
Don't do that to you. No, I mean, I just want to hear.
I can't guarantee that.
No, we won't guarantee it. I just want to hear what people are thinking.
All right. I'm willing to hear it.
Yeah.
But I promise you nothing.
No, we never promise anything. But it would be fun to hear who people want to see other people as.
So, it's going to be very silly and fun. Drop it in the Discord.
It'll also be especially fun because the people who shadowcast Rocky Horror know the lines. And we have not seen these clips in ever.
Correct. Yeah.
We have not seen these clips in ever.
Yes. It's going to be fun.
There you go.
Anyways, that's one of many activities. It's one of 100 activities for our 13-hour stream next Saturday.
Speaking of media companies who are going to take us down for showing a clip.
BBC.
I was going.
Disney?
I was going to
Super Mario.
I was going to
on the other one.
No, I was going to the Mario.
Okay.
I was going to the Mario. We got a new clip. I'm gonna. Should we turn down my audio?
It's currently muted.
It's currently muted. Great. What about the deck stop audio?
It's all good.
Great.
I have it just down now because we want to hear it a little, right?
Yeah, we want to hear it a little.
Okay.
This is just a 30-second clip they released from the Mario movie.
We're absolutely going to get hit for this. 100%.
This is showing a little more Donkey Kong. But also, this to me was the important thing.
Yeah.
You got the cat box. Oh my.
Very good. So we got to hear a little bit more of Donkey Kong's voice.
Which is Seth Rogen, which we knew it would be.
It just sounds like Seth Rogen, but it doesn't bother me.
No, because Donkey Kong sounds like Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong. When I think about like the Donkey Kong, like this, like the screeches and the grunts that he makes in like the Donkey Kong Country games, I'm like, yeah, that's Seth Rogen.
And here's the thing. Again, same thing with Luigi. We were like, yeah, that's just Charlie Day. That's fine. It can just be Charlie Day. Charlie Day sounds like Luigi.
Yeah, Luigi is Charlie Day.
Mario, on the other hand, is a different case. I think that this is great. I think it was cute. I like the humor that they've given to Donkey Kong. I think it's a good insight.
Yeah. But I do love that it ends with like, he's like, he got the cat box. He got that. And he's like, no, you die. Because he's like, Donkey Kong is a bruiser.
Yeah.
And it's good that they show him like that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a fun movie.
I think it's going to be fun.
I think I'm going to enjoy that Mario Brothers movie.
I think I'm going to enjoy everyone but Mario. Which, hey, all the other characters have always been better anyways. I'm sorry I said it. It's just true.
Do you remember when we went to Super Nintendo World?
Do you remember?
Do you remember? It was last week. Do you remember that? I think about it all the time.
I remember.
We did an episode on it if you want to see what we thought. But one of the things that we were told was the least popular character so far and the American parks was Mario.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be Mario because you get the little wristband for your character and your character is your team. And everybody was like, I don't want to be Mario. You're drunk.
You know what? I think that's going to change when the park is open to the public.
Do you?
I do, because right now they're in tech rehearsals. So to get into tech rehearsals, you need to know someone who works at Universal, essentially. It is friends of employees in some capacity of Universal is essentially the only people who have seen it, and maybe a couple of influencers. So with that in mind...
You're saying cool people don't like Mario.
Yeah. I'm saying it's going to be, I'm saying it's going to be a bunch of kids. I think children, once there's going to be a ton more children in there.
Oh, kids love a Mario.
I think a bunch of kids are going to choose Mario, but I think there's less kids who are friends with employees of Universal theme parks.
Sure. She's saying kids aren't cool.
Yeah. Oh, I'm happy to say kids are not cool.
Yeah. You're right. Because I think about my friends' kids. And they love Mario, and they wear Mario hats, and they talk about Mario all the time.
And genuinely adorable. I love that for them.
My favorite is watching, like, I'll watch a friend's kid. Somebody will send me a clip of their kid, like at a playground or a pool, and they'll always, right before they jump off of something or jump up to something, they'll say, "Look at me, I'm Mario."
Very cute.
Mom, look at me, I'm Super Mario.
Simultaneously, very cute, but also Eddie Cooper said kids are normie losers for sure.
Oh, kids are such normies. Oh my God. Ew, kid, get a personality. Bunch of croc-wearing normies, these kids.
All kids are losers.
All kids are losers. I am smarter, stronger, and faster than every child. There, I said it. Kids are losers.
I watched a TikTok yesterday on like the 60-second documentaries TikTok.
Yeah.
About a child who was definitely smarter than us.
No.
Who was like
probably in
year
ways.
Of college.
Probably like in ways. Maybe like in very specific ways.
Like child prodigy.
Yeah, like in ways.
Science.
Oh, like child prodigy in science.
Yeah.
Science is a feeling, kid. Get wrecked. In other news about large media, what we think about this new Doctor Who? Because Russell T Davies is back.
Yes.
We saw 10 is coming back. Davy Tens is coming back.
Just for
a little bit.
Just for a second, sorry.
Just for a couple specials. We got the Davy Tens. We got a great looking new Doctor. We got a caked up Doctor, as they share on social media.
Bless.
And we also heard that they got that Disney money.
We did.
Now, so far, Doctor Who has been on BBC America. Mm-hmm. BBC America was basically like lifted on the strength of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And as Doctor Who became less trendy here in the States, BBC America has not been doing great.
Yeah.
Most people head to the internet to watch BBC stuff or head to streaming. So the BBC was like, well, what do we do? And Disney came to the BBC and said, you know, we like a Doctor Who. Mm-hmm. We like a storied franchise with 50 years worth of back media catalog. Maybe we could give you some money, and then everywhere outside of the UK, we could distribute Doctor Who. So that means the new season of Doctor Who is going to be Disney Plus.
And it does mean that the Doctor is a Disney princess now.
That's true. So they got a lot of money is the thing. Now, Russell T Davies has been doing a lot of media hyping this thing up. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about how, yeah, we got Disney money, but don't think it's the Disney money that you're hearing, because the rumor was like 10 mil an episode for Doctor Who.
Yeah, and they were like, whoa.
Can you imagine $10 million an episode for Doctor Who?
I don't want it. I'm sorry. And I want everybody to be paid so well because they work so hard on this incredible show. And I want them to be able to, I want like the fucking people to be able to have everything they want. I want all of their little blue sky ideas in the writer's room to come true.
Yeah.
But like, there's something about Doctor Who that just...
The special effects have to be corny.
Yeah.
It has to be stories that are written within the boundaries of things they can do, right?
Yeah.
Like they have to be able to get creative with it. And Russell T Davies came up and he was like, hey, just so you know, we don't have that Marvel money. We don't have that Star Wars money. This is not a $10 million an episode show. We got a bump. We're splitting the cost between the BBC and Disney, which basically means like, if you read between the lines, it means they're getting double what they normally get, which is great.
Yeah.
Which is great. But, and Russell T Davies said, it's one of the reasons I came back is because they said, hey, we're gonna loosen up these chains a little bit, and you're gonna be able to do some wild stuff.
Disney's opening up those purse strings a little bit. You know what I mean?
So we will be seeing a Doctor Who, and I mean, I think with some of the Tenet clips and screen caps even that we've seen,
it already looks like a higher budget show.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's not, like, it's bigger, and it's probably a bigger budget than they've ever had. It's almost certainly, but you know.
Like if you look at this, look at everything going on in that frame. That's more 3 extras and a fire. That's more than the BBC's ever been able to do.
Kidding me?
That's the thing is, like, I think when they say it's getting a bump, I think it's probably bringing Doctor Who in line with like American cable television.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they've always been doing it on that BBC budget.
Right.
They got that shiny CGI in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
They got that CGI where you're like, don't things cast shadows? And they're like, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do with it.
We've got a lot of UK Pixel pals in the chat talking about the BBC and the many struggles of the BBC and the right's hatred for the BBC, because who wants anything that has any public funding aspects?
I mean, look, there's
the conservatives gonna conservative.
Yeah, but I mean, also, like, there's a lot of stuff that people have been talking about with the BBC for years. I mean, a lot of it has to do with the erosion of the money, like you're talking about, people taking money away from it. But a lot of it does have to do with the fact that, like, it has always been run on a shoestring and a dream, the BBC.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know exactly what the, I'm seeing a lot of talk about transphobia from the BBC. Obviously, directly and unequivocally, fuck that. But I'm not familiar with the actual story, just because we don't BBC.
We don't BBC that much, but I'll tell you this: we do have
the only BBC content.
We do have the first trans companion coming, so at least Russell T Davies is taking that money and going, oh, if the BBC is transphobic, at least Russell T Davies is taking the money and going, oh yeah. No, I know what to do with your money. I know what to do with your money. Here's what I'll say about Doctor Who, and people are worried about like the Disneyfication of it or the Americanization of it. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Without, well, because I'm thinking about.
Quiet for so long.
Well, because here's the thing.
What I'm going to tell you.
Well, then my brain said, "What can I say?" Because what I'll tell you is, the people who own the rights and own these characters and are the creative teams behind these characters have way more freedom than you think. A lot of people like to say when things go wrong with something they like that it's because Disney bought it, when in reality it's a lot like, no, these people are making their own creative decisions. What's up?
Someone just came into the chat and let us know the title. It's Tom Raider.
Yeah, Tom Raider. Tom Raider is coming out. It's Lara's brother. I think what we've always wanted, as we played this historic video game franchise, is we've thought, but what does a man think?
Anthony, I'm all done for today. What time is it?
You're lucky, Saige, because it's just about time to go.
That was the final fucking straw. That was it. Hey, to make the title correct, the OGL will stay in place as is. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm so tired of it. The OGL will stay. They will be expanding upon it even a little bit, adding the SRD. That is great news for
SRD
people
is that
who make $751,000.
Yeah. SRD is that Pete Davidson comedy special on Netflix, right?
Yes, it is.
All right.
That is the standard rules document. Hello, good morning, hi.
Hey, what's up, Ethan? Ethan, why you want to punch and get punched?
Oh, you punching?
You punching, bro? Ethan is one of the people that's punching. I have so many friends that are in the creators class or creators clash secession. They're in the creators clash, and it's just, I don't know why all my friends want to punch each other. I don't understand it. Is it money? Probably partially money, but you can make money without punching.
Well, I can't wait for my creators.
It's about time somebody taught you how to be a creator, Ethan. It's about time you figured out how to make internet content and be successful at it. It's fun. Like Aaron was talking about it, and he actually just wanted to know like how to fight. He's always been like one of those people who's like martial arts and fighting obsessed.
It's for charity.
And it's for charity, but like,
there we go. That's why.
It's like charity after everybody's paid, though, right? Like you're taking home, like, what are you taking home?
Stop. No, it's for charity. It's for charity. Great. It's for charity, but I just like, I don't know. I would never, I remember Sabrina was talking to us a little bit about it. Yeah.
And I was just like, I can't imagine wanting to punch.
Yeah.
It's just not in me.
Marisha's going to punch.
Oh yeah, Ethan was a gymnastics guy. So
I was also a gymnastics guy.
So he just likes the training. I get that.
Yeah,
I get that. And
that's great. Hey, congratulations and best of luck to you. Yeah. I hope you don't get punched too hard.
Yeah, don't get punched too hard, bud.
Dude, Marisha's a fucking killer. I can't wait. That's great.
Yeah,
I don't watch fights generally. I'll watch Marisha.
I want to watch Marisha. I want to see Alana throw a punch. I bet Alana throws a punch.
Yeah.
I've seen Alana. I've seen Alana angry. I'll tell you what, you won't like it. But what I love is like her photo is just her going like you could tell that they told her like do like a tough fight, and she's just like, but it's like adorable. But I'm like, she's gonna hit somebody.
That's great. Anthony only punches trucks.
That's true. That's what I'm saying, Ethan. If you're gonna fight something, why don't you fight a truck like I did?
Anthony did fight a truck.
Why don't you fight a truck?
Hard to top.
Why don't you fight a truck? Come on. Yeah. Alana versus Mika. I can imagine you not wanting to be in the room for that one.
Yeah.
I can imagine you not wanting to see that. I'm going to have a hard time watching any of it with people I know. I don't want to see anybody I know get punched. I could understand if like you just know somebody from YouTube.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I'll watch these people from YouTube punch each other. That sounds fun. I don't know them.
Yeah.
I know like half of them.
We were talking earlier.
I don't want them to be
Anthony,
hit. Yeah.
There's no shame in turning your face away.
That's true. I'll try to be a brave little toaster, but I'll tell you this, Ethan. I don't know if I can watch any of you get smacked. I love y'all too much. I love y'all too much. Even if it's by each other. Like Jasper's fighting Aaron and I'm just like, don't do it.
Anyways, the OGL. The OGL stays in place. Everybody can simmer down about it a little bit. The open gaming license that didn't apply to you still doesn't. And for the people who make $751,000+ a year, congratulations. That's great.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens next with it. I'm very, hey, there was a lot of rumors and things that were going around that was just like, they don't even read your feedback. That is clearly untrue.
That is completely untrue.
Hey, everybody, that's free market research. They're reading it. And stop harassing Wizards of the Coast staff, please, and thank you.
Yes.
They are my friends. They are not part of the corporate machine. They are just people with jobs.
And they all listen.
They didn't write it. They're not part of it. They have no choice in it. They're not even in the meetings, man. They just help post tweets.
They all had the same opinions and voiced the same concerns that you did from within. But yes, it looks like the OGL conflict is now behind us. So we can all, I guess, breathe a sigh of relief that they're not coming for my $750,000 that I make every year off of Dungeons and Dragons.
But Anthony?
Yeah.
I saw some tweets.
No, Saige, did you? Not a tweet.
I shouldn't talk
Saige, did you see a tweet?
I shouldn't
No,
talk shit.
Saige.
I shouldn't talk
not
shit.
Not tweets, though.
Because I know that people were really upset.
Saige.
I know that people were upset. Flying Squirrel said, oh yeah, time to sell some D&D NFTs, and now they can't stop you.
I can't wait to insert some truly horrible political takes that I have into D&D and sell them.
The other Gygax is having a great time this week. Anyways, I saw a couple of tweets this week, and I shouldn't talk shit, but I'm gonna.
The Other Gygax is my favorite Will Ferrell movie.
The Other Gygax is my least favorite man. So there were a bunch of posts that came up the day that the like OGL standing in place was announced on Friday afternoon, just after the show. And it was just people being like, I can finally take a deep breath and believe in something again. There was somebody that was just like, are we even living in the same reality? I've been staring at a wall in disbelief for an hour. And I'm just like, hey guys.
No,
hey,
number one. And then they all clapped. Like, you have not been staring at a wall in disbelief for an hour. And if you have, what is the matter with you?
Everybody was and it was like this sigh of relief. And it was like, I think they felt the need to have the same level of reaction to the like restoration of it that they did to the change. Maybe because like outrage about it became so trendy and so like clout chasey, and like 3 journalists told you it was okay to be this upset about something that like you shouldn't have been that upset about. They set the tone for how big of a deal it was for some reason, and they like clearly missaid it. And we all, I think, can agree on that now. Like now I think we can all agree that like, hey, the level was too high. It was turned up to 11 when it did not need to be turned up to 11.
And can we say that? As per usual, Wizards did not do the best job de-escalating a situation at first.
Sure, but what the fuck do you do?
Yeah.
What the fuck do you do when people are like, we're eating each other alive out here? You better say something, you fucks.
Well, I would say that you don't say what they said the first apology. That first apology was a little too but I'm just saying there was no need for it to go to 11.
Justification for it to be at 11. It was wild. Anyways, were they really journalists or some folks that were desperate for clicks? There were a few people in the very beginning that are fucking like, it doesn't mean they're good journalists, but it does mean that they are journalists by trade. There were a few people that set a tone that became dangerous, and then employees got doxxed, and it was not cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, I want to say something because a lot of people are like, well, you're shilling for a corporation. No. The first mistake you all made was thinking a corporation was your friend. No corporation is your friend. Not Hasbro, not any of them. The corporation never wanted what's best for you, and this isn't news. So sitting there and being like, I can't believe that this corporation would do this to me personally. I thought they cared about my feelings, is why it was such a big emotional reaction.
Yeah. There's no... A company is a company is a company is a company. Like, just because they do something that you like or make something that you like or are instrumental in your favorite hobby, you still have to remember that they are a corporation. They are not your buddy. They are not coming over to your house.
Mystic Waffle said, but it's Hasbro. My
bro. It was Tom Raider. My friend.
Anyways, like, hey, you know how we feel about big corporations? We talk about it on this show all the time. I'm a communist. Like, there's no shyness of how I feel about big corporations and companies.
When a corporation makes a good decision, we go, oh, good. I get to continue interacting with this corporation on the same level I always did. When they make a bad decision,
right,
you're allowed to go like, hey, bad decision, but you can't go, I've been betrayed.
Right.
The knife in my back.
And that's the way that I think this all got out of control. After spending a lot of time thinking about it and a lot of time having to hear about it, I think that that's it. I think that the level of personal investment that we feel in things, we have to make sure isn't in companies. We have to interact with companies. We know the whole, there's no such thing as ethical consumption under capitalism. Like, no, truly, there isn't. And we still have to consume. And nobody should be blamed for doing so because you are not free of the bounds of capitalism, essentially, no matter what you do.
Sure.
That is, at least in, we can speak for most countries, but the United States, we'll say. You could go off grid. Who you gonna buy your supplies from? It's everything.
We're
at where we're at. We have to do what we have to do. Everybody has to have their fucking little jobs in their little offices for their big companies that give them little money.
So please don't go. They're not your friend, but the people that work for them are also not faceless villains.
Yeah.
So
because
when you look at like somebody who's running social, or somebody who is in product, or somebody who is just working day to day at a company, chances are they are voicing all the same things that you voice. And then
because you've probably been in that position at a company before.
And so when a decision comes down and they say, this is the decision, in order to collect a paycheck, please report that this is the decision.
Akotoroku said, the company is not your friend. The employees are not your enemy.
That's a good way to put it.
The company is not my friend. The people who run the social media are my friends.
Yeah. Don't send people horrible. Don't send anybody. Listen, can I just say,
you may.
There is nothing going on in your life where you need to send somebody a threat, a personal threat.
Yep.
What are you doing in your life where you need to send anyone a person? I wouldn't send. There are people in my personal life who have done me wrong, and I have not threatened them. You're going to send a threat of personal violence to somebody on the other end of a computer? Get fucked. Get fucked. And especially not over a corporate decision. Get out of here.
Yes.
Get out of here.
No. Politicians, don't, because you'll get arrested.
Don't.
But you can hex them.
You can
hex evil politicians.
Remember that all the things you can do begin with hex. You can hex them. You can heckle them. You can have a heck of a good time voting them out of office.
And that's it.
The 3 hexes.
The 3 hexes.
Hey, everybody shut up. This show's over. It's time to go.
Thank you everybody who supported us during the show. There's a lot of ways you can do that. The first one is just showing up and watching. We're so glad that you're here. It's not always this weird, but it is today. We do the show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at exactly 8 a.m. Pacific time. If it's not 8 a.m. when we start, that's on you. You can also do things like check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/PixelCircus, like our stagehands, Alonzo, Moon Kid, Ronan. So appreciated, very kind of you. Thank you for making this show possible, and others. We're posting a bunch of behind the scenes cool content of the studio build up there, so check it out. We've got our first one up right now, and you get bonus clips from It's Too Early, and you can do what these generous BBs have done. These are donations. Now, hey, there's a lot of ways that we take money. I know, weird, right? Independent channel. This is the way that you support the hosts directly. This is for the people that you see on screen and how we make our little money.
How we make our little money.
Little company give little money.
So yeah, thank you so much to everybody who has supported us, and thank you for supporting us in everything we do. Saige, what's going on with you?
You can find me everywhere on the internet at NotSage. I'm not really streaming right now. I'm building a studio. How about you, Anthony?
You can find me everywhere at Carboni. Here on Twitch, I'm at Anthony Carboni, and I've got a podcast at wehaveconcerns.com.